Hits 105.5. That was 38 special with Back Where You Belong. Good morning. Welcome to the morning show. Hope everyone is having a wonderful Wednesday morning. And you know what? You can go see 38 special in Troy at Hobart Arena, February 24th. And that information was provided to me by John Caulfield, the treasurer of Shelby County. How are you this morning? He's joining me for Around the County with Julie Eheman, but in for Julie is John Caulfield. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for letting me know about 38 Special.
Sure.
I appreciate that. Okay, so February 14th, our property taxes are due.
Valentine's Day.
Day.
Every Valentine's Day, your real estate taxes are due. So if you own a manufactured home, those are due on March 1st. So you have a little bit extra time.
Okay.
With a manufactured home or mobile home. But real estate's 14th. That's next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday. That's going to be here before you know it. Okay,
Yep.
So you want to let everybody know what does the treasurer do? What do you do? Because it's off the air. You do a lot.
Sure. I like to say that we do we have three major responsibilities. Number one is the collection of real estate and mobile home taxes, manufactured home taxes. We also invest excess county funds, and we also act as the bank for the rest of the county. All the other departments, as they bring in money and stuff, they bring that to our department to be deposited.
Okay. And so what else in the Shelby County do residents need to know when they go to pay their property taxes? How does that get broken down?
Sure. So you can pay your taxes a number of different ways. You can bring them into our office. We're on the third floor of the Shelby County Annex, 129 East Court Street. You can pay by mail, which is what most people still do. So they say, that checks are going away, that everything's going to be electronic, but we still get the majority of our payments in checks. Again, if you come in, you can pay by cash. You can pay by credit card. You can do that online. Also, you can go out to our website, and you can pay with either a credit card or a debit card. Now, there is a 2.5% convenience fee if you use a card, and that is not retained by the county. That goes to our vendor.
Okay.
Because you have to understand the way credit cards work and fees and stuff associated with that. A lot of people think we keep that money, but we don't. But you can also pay by what they call an e-check. So if you're going to use a debit card, you really should pay by e-check. So that is just using your routing number and your account number on your checking account, and then that's just a flat $1.30, no matter how many parcels you have, no matter what the amount is. So it's obviously a lot cheaper if you go that route by using an e-check.
Yeah, that's right. And at the bottom of your check, you can pay for half a year. Like you split it up, so you can pay the full amount or you can pay half the year. That's due February 14th. But if you choose to do half a year, when is that one due?
So when you get your bill, it's for the whole year, but you can pay it in halves. So like you just said, first half is due February 14th. Second half is always July 20th. So again, that's real estate. Mobile manufactured homes is July 31st.
And if you have a mortgage on your home, you don't see your property taxes. So how would somebody that's what they do? How do they look up their property taxes and how it's broken down?
Yeah, so you can go out to the auditor's website or the treasurer's website. Either one that end up going to the same place. But you can go out to either one of those sites, look for real estate data, and then there's a search function out there that you can either put in your name, your address, your property number, any way you want to pull that information up. There's even a way out there that you can print your bill if you want to do that. So again, if you're has your payment escrowed through the bank, you're not getting a bill. Again, you go out to the website and get all that information out there.
Yeah. And I said, I got my bill. I'm going to write you a check later. But now you've been the treasurer for 6 years.
Yes.
And in this 6 years, there's been a lot of growth here in Shelby County. What's the one thing that you've noticed a difference in property taxes?
I mean, the biggest thing is just the price of housing these days. There's a shortage of housing. I mean, there used to be the realtors that would put a little booklet out there, and there'd be hundreds of houses for sale. Anymore, there might be 20 houses or so out there. So it's a supply and demand type of thing. There was a house out on Mill Creek Road that the auditor had valued at like $280,000 that sold for $420,000.
Yeah.
Right. So this past year was what they call a reval year. That's done every 6 years.
Okay.
The auditor is required to do that, to look at every property in the county and assess what the true value is on that property. And that, again, for the most part, is done by looking at sales history. So again, the prices are just sky high. So that has affected everybody's price of their house. So some people say, well, I haven't done anything to fix my house up. Doesn't really make any difference because, if you would go to sell that, it's going to be, you're going to sell it for probably more than you think it's worth.
Yeah. I understood that. Thank you. Because, and I look at houses all the time. I was a realtor at one time, but we won't go into that. But so I always look. I just have an interest. I always look at homes, and so I'm on there a lot. And there really isn't very many on there. But once they're on, once one goes for sales, depending on where it's at, it goes quick. I mean, I'll look and it'll say new, and it's already under contract or contingent. So you're right that it is like a supply and demand. That one good one, somebody's been waiting on that, and they jump on it quick.
Right. So because and the way different levies work different ways. Excuse me, and I know Auditor Amy Burning was in a couple weeks ago and talked about it in more depth, so I'm not going to steal her thunder or repeat hers. But there was typically, like for a school bond, if the property value goes up, the millage goes down.
Okay.
But there's a floor limit of 20 mils, so if their mills drop below that 20 mils, it rises back up to that 20 mil limit.
Okay.
So this year, because of the way prices went up so much, people end up paying more than maybe they would have if prices if they hadn't jumped as much as they did.
Right. And so I noticed on mine, because I have a rental in Anna, and it was just a little bit. I mean, I think $20-$30. But that makes it, now I understand that. Okay. Because I was like, I think that went up just a little bit.
Yeah. So what we try and do for people then that, if they don't escrow it through their mortgage and they're paying through the office, you can really make your payment at any time.
Okay.
So you can pay in monthly installments if you want to. Again, the biggest thing is that you pay at least your first half by February 14th and your second half by July 20th. But so let's say, if your half taxes are $600, if you want to start paying $100 a month, like now, by the time July rolls around, then you only owe that $100 rather than maybe owing $600.
Oh, that's a really good option.
So it helps you budget your money a little bit. A lot of people like to do that.
Yeah, I bet a lot of people don't know that they could do that.
Yeah, and some people set it up through their banks that they automatically pay so much every month. You can set it up through our office to do the same thing. We'll calculate, what that amount should be, so we try and even out those payments, kind of like your budget billing for your gas and electric and those type of things. And then we also have a payment program if you do get behind. The biggest thing to do is come in and talk to us, and we'll try and work with you, and we can set up your account if you start making payments to take care of that delinquent amount, that you don't have to pay penalties and you don't have to pay interest. So you're better off coming in, talking to us, setting up a payment plan rather than ignoring it, because it doesn't go away if you ignore it. It just only makes things worse.
Yeah, that's right. And that's the thing when times get hard. And just go in. And now what is your website and where are you located?
Yeah, so we're located in the Shelby County Annex, which is 129 East Court Street. We're on the third floor. Our website, and I was just trying to find that because it's not the it's not the easiest thing to remember.
No, and it's changed. It directs you
to
a different place.
So the website is co.shelby.oh.us/treasure. Or you can just Google Shelby County Treasure. Make sure you Google Shelby County Treasurer Ohio.
Exactly, because there's a Tennessee.
Right, there's a Tennessee, there's an Indiana, there's a Nebraska, I think. There's about 8 or so different Shelby counties, so make sure you get the right one.
Yeah, and I appreciate you letting everybody know that how you can do that and encouraging them if you need to, don't ignore it. If you need to make those payments, go in there and talk, and you can set something up.
Yep, and the earlier you do that, the better it is. I always say it's like losing weight, right? Takes a long time to gain it. Takes a long time to get it off. So, so again, if you're past due, if you do that sooner rather than later, you can try and catch up quicker.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I appreciate you coming in because I know this time is really busy for you.
Yep, so it is a busy time of year for us. So another week, so.
Yeah, and then through until July. But there's just more than, what our property taxes go for. Can you give just a little bit? Amy did, and just a little bit of some of the things that it goes towards.
Sure. A lot of people think that the county, gets all the money that we collect, and we get less than 5% of the real estate taxes. Most of your money, no matter where you're located, goes to your local school district, and that's probably on average about 75%.
Okay.
You're also paying money to the Upper Valley Joint Vocational School. You're paying a little bit of money to the Shelby County Historical Society, Tri-County Mental Health. Townships get a little bit of money. The city gets a little bit of money. Shelby County Board of DD. So those are most of them. Again, you can find that information on your website, and it is printed on your bill too. That shows you how much you're paying. It breaks that down to how much each of those entities get.
Yeah, and look at your bill and how it's just don't look at the bottom number and just look where it's going. Look at the whole thing.
Right.
All right. Well, again, I really appreciate you coming in this morning. This is Shelby County Treasurer John Cofield, and property taxes are due on the 14th. I got to write that check to him. Well, it was wonderful meeting you, and thank you so much for coming in.
Nice meeting you, Tracey. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, and thank you again for letting me know 38 Special is going to be in Troy. All right, coming up next, Say It Isn't So by Hall & Oates. It's Hits 105.5.